guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Ryder Sigety. I'm a 4-time national GNCC champion, part of the Ampro Factory Support Off-Road team. This is the Snowshoe GNCC 2025, definitely a unique one. This video was an interesting one every year, no different this year. You see here we are on the start in the middle of the town of Snowshoe Mountain. So off to the row in front of me goes. I think everybody thought that the row was going to go way quicker because everybody starts creeping up forward a little bit. You see even Colby in the phone video on the left gets a little wonky. But I end up kind of getting the whole shot here, come out on turn 2, get the whole shot, and then Cade Stats gets around me on the inside there. And Cade will lead, or the beginning I should say, of this race, but it definitely changes as the race goes on, so make sure you guys keep watching. And these fast kart roads, which I'll talk about more, are definitely not my specialty. As you see here, we're about 5 seconds onto the kart road and I already got passed. So now we're in third in my class and just making our way down the trail. It looks pretty dusty right now. I could not have asked for conditions any better for this GNCC, and I heard a lot of the pros saying the same thing, because even though these roads were dusty, the woods were perfect, and if the roads were going to be nice and perfectly moist, the woods would have been muddy. And honestly, I feel like we had a very good mixture here, even though these roads are definitely still super dangerous. And I can list 4 people just off the top of my head that got hurt in my class at this race on these roads because of how dangerous they are. But my dad is also here, like usual, but he's standing pretty far back because he's sick, and I do not want to catch whatever he has because it's not fun.
Hey, so this is obviously in Snowshoe, West Virginia, but it actually takes place in a town next to Cass, West Virginia, which is a really interesting town. In a minute I'll show you some clips. They got wooden sidewalks and some other weird stuff from back in history, so you definitely want to check that out. And they actually call this the toughest race in America. Look at these routes, by the way.
Yeah, definitely. I had a great time at this race. I think that this is probably one of the most diverse tracks on the GNCC circuit. You have Rudy trails like here. I don't know if you guys saw in the intro, but you're gonna see super rocky trails that we're gonna have. You have those super fast, flat Jeep roads. And which you're actually racing on ski trails, by the way. Since this is at a ski mountain, those fast roads, they're ski trails that we just ride up or race up, I guess, in the summer. And you see on the left and stuff are condos that people stay at the ski mountain, and little like Airbnbs. Yeah, but like I was saying, with the track being so diverse, it's definitely like very evident about who's better in what areas. I know a couple of like the lappers, not lappers, but people that started in front of me that I was battling with, they would gap me.
Did you see that bridge?
Yeah, also there was that bridge up there, but a lot of the people I was battling with would gap me on those really long straightaways, and not because of my bike, just because I'm kind of a cautious rider on stuff like that. And then we get into the woods and I would pass them back immediately. Lots of passing lines here too, which is good. I do get a little trouble actually getting around the rider in front of me, but for the most part, lots of passing lines.
Tell them about the cliff on the right.
Yeah, that's another thing with this race. A lot of the trail, just like right here, if you go off the side of the mountain to the right, you're not going to get back up to the trail in any time that's going to allow you to finish the race in a good position. If you fell off to the right of the mountain here, you'd be going down hundreds of feet possibly, depending how bad you fell. And even if you were able to start your bike and get back on it, I don't know how you'd get up. It's too steep. So definitely scary at some points in this track, especially when you're going as fast as your bike will go on wide open Jeep roads. But here is not too fast, just a really fun part of the track though, I'd say. So in a minute we're gonna get to Hare Toll, and right now, if you guys have been paying attention, I know I was when I was racing, I know that I'm in 3rd place. I got Cade passed me right off the start, and then I got passed again, so I'm in 3rd place right now, and now Cade is in actually 2nd place right in front of me. And once we get down to Hare Toll, I have no clue what's going on. Everybody goes different directions. I'm getting roosted. I feel like I'm gonna get stuck. I'm scared. I don't even know if the line that I picked out is gonna work. I end up in a completely different line than I picked out, and I just get out of Hare Toll with nobody. I don't know if there's people, like, I don't know what place I'm in. I could be in 6th, I could be in 1st. So it definitely makes for a really interesting race, because I was under the impression that I was winning for a while, and you're gonna see when I get a pit board that says I wasn't winning. I was like, what? Like, I was super confused a little bit, but yeah. So as far as results go at this race, I was super happy to be able to get, I don't know if you guys saw on my Instagram, but I was super happy to be able to get second win in the last 2 races. So this is my 2nd consecutive win, and I did get around Cade. I get around the rider in the leading, or the rider right in front of me as we go through Howard's Hole. I stayed behind Cade for around a lap and a half, and then I got around him, and I was able to win. Got a pretty good gap at one point too, which was good. I really love this kind of track. The muddy and the rocky parts were awesome for me. Those kart roads, or those really fast ski trails, definitely not my thing. But I got to get better at it, and it's all part of it, right? Everybody's good at their own sections of the track. But here we're going down. You guys cannot tell how steep this hill is. It is so steep. I don't know how to express how steep this hill is, but you can't even see in the video. It just looks like we're riding flat. But yeah, it's going to get even worse since Howard's Hole is coming up in about a couple of seconds once we get to this bottom of the hill. But before we get into Howard's Hole completely, I want to show you guys some lifestyle stuff.
So if you've never been to Snowshoe, it is definitely different than any other race we've ever been to. We're going near the pro pits. You'll be able to see all the racers' trucks in there. They're pickup trucks and vans. There's some of the lodging, which could be up to $1,000 a night, depending which ones you do. Then Mousse sets up a tractor trailer full of parts, and gas, Honda, Kawasaki, Yamaha, Husqvarna. You can see them sort of in the backgrounds. And there's a giant road that runs through the top of Snowshoe. So this is a ski resort, and unlike any ski resort I've ever been to, you have to actually drive up the mountain to get to everything. Like, usually everything's at the bottom of the mountain, and then you take a chairlift up. Well, everything's at the top of the mountain. So we're at 5,000 feet, and that made a really mess for people's jetting. And there's almost zero cell phone reception up there. It's terrible. So it's weird being in a situation with no cell phone coverage. It's sort of like being in a blackout at your house. Like, you don't know what it's like until you don't have it. And the GNCC people who run this race, the promoters, they call this race the hardest race in America, and it potentially could be. They have some super gnarly trails. I had a hill climb that called Meltdown, and in Ben Kelly's interview, he said he didn't think he was going to do it. And I saw a video of Jordan Ashburn. They had to pull him up, and you could go around it, but it was a lot longer. But man, they put in some really, really gnarly stuff in this race. And to just the entry fee the gate fee is like $60 a person. The entry fee is $60. It's pretty expensive. Like, the rooms, like I said, I paid up to $1,000 a night for some rooms. It's kind of crazy, but it's nice. Like, they have Starbucks up there, and restaurants, and like a village, and they have bands, and Yamaha sets up a display for all their bikes. So it is pretty nice. The only thing I really say is a downer for Snowshoe is that it is the kids race is approximately 1 mile of trail, and the rest is just as fast as they could go on Jeep roads, which is kind of dangerous, and we have a lot of friends that have gotten hurt there. So I wouldn't really recommend it for kids, but if you like gnarly stuff and you like it and you're an adult, this could be fun for you.
Alright, back to the racing. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about stuff like that, or if we should just keep it to the racing. See, I take a very expressive line to the left, I guess I should say, and it kind of works out for me, but I honestly just felt really unfamiliar with that, because my line that I picked out the day before was not at all over to the left like that. So I kind of took a risk, and it worked out well. Jumped off my little rock and accidentally ran into that guy. And you're gonna see here, it is just chaos. I have no clue what's going on, and I take this line kind of in between two lines, and you're gonna see next lap I come through, there's people telling me, oh, go this way, and I was pretty confident in my line, so I took that line again, and it actually worked out really well. But at some point here, I moved into second place. I'm honestly still not quite sure where, because I don't know where I made the pass, but I do move into second place during Howard's hole, and you're going to see I take a pretty good line to the left in a second too. Yeah, Howard's hole is definitely a mess with a bunch of chaos, but nothing for the dirt bikes like it is for the quads. I spent a little time down here on Saturday during the quad event, and I'll put in the video that I posted on Instagram. If you guys don't follow my Instagram, make sure to check it out at Ryder Sigety. But just look at the mayhem that was going on during this quad race. It was crazy how much was going on. And I was only standing on the outsides just for about 10 minutes. I know a couple other people that saw a lot more than I did, so it's definitely a fun time for a lot of people that like to party down there, and definitely stressful for the quads, I bet, knowing that you really don't have a choice of where you want to go. The people move and decide where you go, and definitely crazy. Yeah, it actually gets so gnarly down there that the police have to come down and just, I guess, make sure it doesn't get too out of control. But definitely an interesting experience. Here, I see a bunch of people pointing me a line to the left. This guy was standing in the line that they were pointing. I don't know what's happened. Then I thought everybody was pointing me to go right, but the track went straight. They were telling me to stay on the right side. Such a confusing uphill. This was another uphill that had so much of a holdup in the quad race and the morning race with people stuck on it. I didn't think it was that bad. I thought it was really fun. It was just one wide open hill that was really fun. But yeah, definitely super fun. And also, I'm going to clean the camera in a second. The camera wasn't that dirty, and I go to clean it, and I somehow made it all streaky. But don't worry, I will clean it in a second. There's a photographer taking pictures and cheering, and yeah, I clean it here, I think.
And there's that bridge.
Yeah, there's the other side of the bridge. Right here, going through Howard's hole again. Still really have no clue where to go. I tried to take like a similar line to last time, but I ended up going right, I believe, a little sooner. And you're gonna watch once I get down into the bottom. Oh yeah, here. I kind of get stuck here. I don't know which way to go. Look at how bad those roots are, where the kids are pointing me to go. I try to get over it, and I'm sure that was the best line if they were pointing me to it, or at least they thought it was. So I kind of made a little mistake there, and I fell. That's why I took my hand off the bars. I had to use the tree so that I didn't fall over completely. But you're gonna see everybody's pointing me to a line to the right, and I just kind of took my line to the left anyway, and it seemed to work pretty good. I know that's not always the best option, but I knew I wasn't going to get stuck if I took this line, where I kind of cross over those two ruts, but it was fun.
So one of our sponsors is Factory Connection, and we've been super happy with them for over 20 years. They do more testing with dirt bikes and motorcycles that we ride than any other company I know. They have a mobile workshop that they take racers out and they get their feedback, record everything in computers to know what works and what doesn't work for that particular rider. Then when someone calls and looking for their suspension done, they actually research what races they do and who they're close with and who they've done suspension before. They offer a lifetime guarantee with their service on the suspension as far as like the valving, no charge for revalves. And if you sell your suspension to someone else, they get a free no charge revalve if they need to have it revalved for their type of riding. That doesn't include the cost of parts, but the revalve service is no charge. So if you get a chance, check out Factory Connection and look in the comments below, the description below, for a Factory Connection discount, or just follow Ryder or myself on Instagram or Facebook for a lot of discounts for our sponsors.
Yes, for sure. Coming up is the pro hill called Meltdown Hill that my dad said even Ben Kelly was thinking that he wasn't going to go up it. And you're going to see, I was thinking, honestly, I might be able to go up that hill. And then the second I felt how slippery the rocks were on a dirt bike, I didn't even attempt it. So I got to the hill, and team manager was already pointing me to the go-around.
Yeah, I don't know if you know this, but sweating rocks are more slippery than if the rocks were just getting covered in rain. And it was really hot and humid this day, and the rocks were sweating, and it was super slick. Also, I say this every video.
Right here, I'm going to pause it. Just look at how nasty the rocks are. To the left, where you can kind of see those people standing up on top of the hill, that's where there's course workers trying to help out, and not course workers, but a lot of team teams come down to this hill to try to help their riders. And now here I paused it because look, yeah, you see there's a sign that says some people go to the right, some people go to the left. I don't know what that word to the right means, but obviously they're talking about my friend Davi and I, because we both went to the right. And Davi, if you noticed, was wearing a brand new helmet, and that's because he forgot his helmet, and they were charging $200 fines they were giving out for anybody that wasn't wearing a helmet on the mountain. I guess because it's kind of a downhill mountain bike park also. They were not letting people not wear helmets, so I thought that was pretty crazy. A bunch of people had to buy new helmets from Specialized, which is definitely good for Specialized, but bad for some people's wallets, I'm sure.
So I have a little more lifestyle to show you here that I think is really interesting. The GNCC is next to the town of Cass, and as you can see, they have wooden sidewalks, and to the best of my knowledge is they had those there because the streets used to be mud, and at the end of the road is the town store, and the town store wanted people to be able to easily get to the store and get their items that they needed. And if you can look, the jail still exists too, and it's just a little jail cell with a light to the sky. Here is the Green Bike Observatory. It is a 100-meter which transfers into 324 feet dish that listens into outer space. And the town is considered a quiet town. You're not allowed to have Wi-Fi. Pretty amazing that this exists. Anyway, if you could please like, subscribe, and comment, that would help Ryder out so much. He works really hard on these videos, and it would help us out a lot. I hope you enjoyed it. And we look forward to hearing what you have to say. And even if you just say anything, it helps. Thank you.
Yep, thank you guys. See you in the next video. Bye.